Well, we got it here right now for you guys at Anime Casuals. Watch our show and you'll get herpes. You heard it here first.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. If anything, if nothing else, you're definitely guaranteed a free case of herpes with your purchase of watching this. So
we're just like you. We got herpes too. We want to help.
Oh my god. All right, guys. Why don't we...
Hey, welcome back to Anime Casuals. I'm Lucky.
Here I go! This hand of mine is burning red!
And I'm Michael. Realize the only ones who should kill are those who are prepared to be killed.
Johnny. Your darkness swallowed up my son? Who decided that?
Erupting! Burning!
Now all of you.
Die.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I am Lucky.
And I am Michael.
I'm Johnny. Hi.
Hi. We're Anime Casuals. I think we already did that one, but whatever. We'll reuse content whenever we can because it's too freaking hard to come up with new ways to introduce ourselves. You're an original piece of shit, Johnny. Anyway, we're gonna speaking of unoriginality, we're gonna do a list on the hottest men in anime since last time we talked about the hottest women in anime. We just felt, we're like Kazuma from Konosuba. We believe in gender equality. So we're going.
Oh, is that your first one?
No, I mean he's a fucking loser. Come on, let's be honest here. I have high standards for my men, okay? And since I came up with this one, I guess I'll go ahead and start with. So this one's kind of a weird one, and I'm trying to put myself.
Wait,
no,
Lucky.
No,
wait.
This is impossible.
Do we want to do that same thing we did last time? Have a guessing game. I know this is during the actual.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
But I want to know, do you want to do it real quick? Think of one after you give your first one. Because we have time to do that now.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's
okay. Go ahead, Lucky. Go.
All right, my very first one is Gilgamesh from Fate Stay Night or Fate Stay series. And I'll tell you why. It was funny. The voice actor and the Japanese voice actor was on stage one time, and he was kind of like calling people like pieces of shit, like you plebs, all this other shit. And I was like, that's pretty cool, dude. And I don't know exactly how to put my mindset in this because it's not necessarily like, I mean, he is a good looking dude. I like him with his hair down, like, looks pretty fly and shit. But yeah, there's something about that cockiness where it's just like, yo, man, it's a big dick energy, man. He's got the big dick, big lance energy, or big archer energy. He's got the big arrows that aren't even arrows, they're just swords that he just throws at people. But there's something about him that his cockiness is just enough to the point where you like him, but it's like you're also not rooting for him. Like he skirts these lines, and also like all of his attire is just so royal and like it just oozes like I'm gonna have a fucking orgy with a bunch of goddesses tonight. Like it's just crazy, man. So like I said, hotness for me for men is a lot more subjective than for women because women, it's like you usually look on the outside and it's like, oh man, those are big old titties. And with men, it's kind of like you have to take in other factors because you can probably think like Kazuya from Rent a Girlfriend's like kind of cute, but he's a fucking loser. So it's like it brings it down like all the way. Sorry, I just keep shitting on Kazuya, but he's a fucking loser. Like let's be honest with here. So yeah, Gilgamesh is my very first one, and now I'm gonna start scheming and guessing. What are yours?
And I got 1 point already. Boom, just like that. Before he even opened his mouth, I was like, Gilgamesh. That's up Lucky's alley. But I should probably write down for later. Okay, so my first one is kind of offbeat. But these men, I think you can't deny, are absolutely stunning. It's Yuri and Victor from Yuri on Ice. We can't deny that these are beautiful men. Because I think some of the most beautiful men out there have a little bit of effeminate features. This is not like men, like if I suddenly flip gender, I would be attracted to, but you can't deny that they are attractive. Because they're like, you would throw them and be models. Like that's who they would be because they're just so stunning. Plus, like, their personality is amazing. I mean, they can ice skate the crap out of that ice. And, you know, everywhere they go, I just imagine like a little sparkle around their face,
Sparkle.
like a lovely anime sparkle. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna start my off with just like two beautiful men, but they're like beautiful, like Swedes are beautiful. Just like you're like, wow, you're like a work of art, and I'm just gonna look at you. Yeah,
Fair.
Johnny, what's your next one? Oh, your first one.
I've meant to look his name up, but I actually don't remember.
Ooh, that's a good guy.
Yeah. One of you might be able to help me with that. It's the lead of the Oran Host Club.
Yeah, that's actually it's
Because-
Tamaki.
His name's Tamaki? I don't
No,
remember.
it's not. It's hold on. It's also on my
No,
list.
that is not.
It's hold on. It is Tamaki. It's absolutely Tamaki.
What?
Okay, well,
Oh my god!
we're
I
saying
have to
it
go
is for
back.
now.
I have to go back. Oh wait, they already took it off Netflix. Oh, I have to go back on another site and go find it.
Oh, they did? That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean it's on Funimation Verve, but you know whatever. 'Cause, you know Netflix is it breaks my heart.
Anyway, he's my choice because he low-key has like a maid cafe there, even though it's not really a maid cafe. I don't know. I wanted to say brothel, to be honest, but that's more offensive. But that's what they're doing though. They're hanging out with chicks and, you know, they're giving them a good time in whatever capacity that is. I'm just saying. Anyway, he knows what he's doing and clearly he knows how to work it. So that's why he was my first choice.
Hey Johnny, can I go out and say that every member or almost every member of Oran Host
You may.
Club is also beautiful? Because like what I don't remember like the
I
secretary
mean, yeah,
guy.
they all get business.
Yeah. The treasurer, dude, he's like a stunning in a different angle. Like he's the dark kind of stunning guy. And then like the big karate, like the lower karate guy, not the master karate guy. He's short and tiny, and that's a lolly thing, and I'm not in that. But the other big guy, I mean, like he's kind of swole and awesome and kick ass. I'm like, dang. What do we say, mocking key for the other one we were talking about? Like this is the same way. Like you
okay,
could be
so
like
the whole
all
cast.
yeah,
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
cast is good except for little lolly guy. Like he probably fits other people, not for. I feel like not for us. We would not say that little dude, honey senpai is not hot.
Yeah, you know we're not
Not
by the way,
special.
I mean we just want to be clear, we're very open-minded on this show and we're not trying to like kink shame anybody, but if you are into that, just send us your address so we can fucking arrest you. You belong in jail. So yeah, we're gonna be moving on to my next pick.
Everyone deserves love.
My next is another child. Okay,
Yeah, right.
so
Actually no, it's not even somebody that's
it's Kid Naruto.
Oh, might as well take that one. My next pick is going to be. I don't know if this is a weird one, but I feel like it's a good one for me. He's actually my favorite captain from Bleach, which is Kenpachi Zaraki Kenpachi. Mainly because of the badass factor of him. You know, every time he comes in, he's just like swinging his sword around like he's swinging his dick around. He's just like, "Yo, I can do this with one hand, bitch." And something about that, like, just is just ridiculous too in terms of the way that he fights. He kind of reminds me of he has that Yakuza presence to him where it's like every time you see him, you're like looking at him. You know what he reminds me of, Johnny? Like since we watched Sweet Home, is that Yakuza type guy that like when he faces the first zombie and he just beats the shit out of him, and you're like, that was pretty crazy. Nobody else can do that. Pretty much what Kenpachi does like half the time, and also I mean he's freaking ripped. I mean, take that into consideration. He's got scars. He kind of checks all the marks. I mean, granted, his hair is a little weird, but you can get over that pretty soon. But it's he just oozes like this bad guy energy, but he's good. So it's like, yeah, exactly. So you can kind of tell that he's on your side. Like, I guess the best example of this is when Aizen kind of turns against Soul Society like for the first time, and he has to face that blind guy, and he also has to fight Shiba guy, I forgot what his name is, but Tengen Myo, and he just beats the shit out of both of them, and you're like, the fuck is this? Like, he just badassly took out both of these guys, and he was like a villain. Well, not a villain because he was doing his job trying to stop Ichigo from saving Rukia, but I was like, I mean, just killing it, dude. So yeah, I'd have to say Kenpachi just for the main reason, like he's got that Yakuza charisma factor to him that I just don't think any of the other captains do. And there are some good looking captains, but you know.
Yeah. This might be on your list, Lucky. But I'm stealing it, and I'm gonna pick Satoru Gojo from what do we just watch? Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah,
That
Kakashi.
that's a good one.
Okay. And I wouldn't have said that until he took off his blindfold, and you see those stunning blue eyes. Because I was like, that just makes it like,
dude, can I just like there? I don't know how long ago this was. I think it was just yesterday. I just watched a compilation of women reacting to him taking off his blindfold for the first time, like reactors. Bro, every single one of them were like, "He's so handsome! Oh my god!" just like breaking characters. It's like, oh, it's like, oh my god.
I mean, but it is insane. Like, it's not only like his crazy power that comes along with it, but it's like how piercing his eyes are. And that's something that's said a lot with people with like light blue eyes. Is like when they look at you, like it's like peering through your soul. But his are also reflective and like crazy bright, like light is coming out of them. Plus, just like Kakashi, who's like also somewhere on my list. It's just the face, because like everything neck and down is kind of bland because of the type of clothes they wear, and you can't really tell like how muscly they are. You don't really see them like top half or like the occasional hot spring shot where you see someone. What's his name from Hunter x Hunter, the clown guy? Do you remember that guy?
Oh,
I
know
like
what you're talking about.
Hisuna or Hasuna or something like that. Like that dude is creepy, and always creepy, and kind of like a little like maybe stay away from those young boys, my guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
Stranger
then you
danger.
see him in one time where like he's getting out of the hot springs, and this fool is ripped. He's got like the like swooped over hair. His face is like chiseled, and you're like, why don't you just look like that all the time, my guy? Like you look very disturbing with your clown makeup on. If you could just not do that and not be around these young boys, we'd all be happier watching Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, so Satoru Gojo. Go ahead, Johnny.
So I actually got to do two, just because Lucky, you made me think of one.
What are you doing?
They're
Lucky?
from two different anime too, so it's a little because you mentioned Aizen, and it got me thinking about that. How he's like totally like humble nerd with like his hair like to here. He's got like the glasses, and then once he goes evil, he's like, shh, and then a little bit just falls here, and he's like, yeah. I was like, what? Where did that come from? There's so much swag pressure. Oh, God. So I had to mention that.
He becomes insanely attractive for no reason. Yeah.
And then on the more classier side, I got to mention someone from way back. It's Tuxedo Mask. Classy dude. You know, he arrives dressed to impress.
With a mask and a rose. Just to impress. I mean, I gotta say, always impressive. Although, what bothers me about Tuxedo Mask is it reminds me too much of Kirito, where you got the bland, drab black hair that like every main character in every anime has. Where it's just like, hey, here's my black hair. I'm ready. I'm like, what? Get out of here. Shush, shoo, get out of here.
Discriminating against black hair. Wow.
It's the same haircut, too. They all have the same haircut.
Too boring, too normal.
It's too boring. Yeah, it's like, come on. Like, look at Naruto. I mean, I don't think Naruto's hair looks great at all, but it does make him stand out. So look at that.
Yeah, how else is Michael gonna jerk off to these young characters, man? Come on. Get some soft, man, every single time.
Is Tuxedo Mask that young?
He's in high school, isn't he? They're all in high school, aren't they? They're all in like high school. I mean, except for like when they have that Sailor Moon, Sailor, whatever the fuck their daughter's name is.
Halo Jerry, yeah,
whatever the fuck her name is. But yeah, that's actually a really interesting one. I did not think about that. That was a really good one, Johnny. I kind of threw me off. I'd have to say, so this one, like during this whole series, I just immediately was like, yo, you deserve the pussy. Like you and no other. And this is Sua from Orange. And he was like, I had him in my my countdown for best bros, and he was like number one, even though that wasn't technically in order. I kind of do them in order sometimes, like subconsciously.
Interesting.
Actually, my more recent ones, now I'm starting to take accountability for it. So now I do put them in order from least to greatest. But dude, Suwa, the amount of shit that he did for his friends, but also like he's the tallest one out of all of them. He's always initiating conversations. Like whenever somebody needs something, like he's the one that like gets it going. And he even gives up the girl that he knows he has a chance with in the future just so his friend doesn't commit suicide. And it's just like, yeah, like you can have her, dude. And I'm just like, bro, you deserve like 5 girls now. Like you deserve that Mormon life, homie. Like I don't know what you're getting now, but dude, the amount of stuff that he fucking gave up for that group is just ridiculous. But also, I mean, he's a really good looking guy. He's got like the red hair and always just like chilling and stuff. And oh my god! But yeah, it's a pretty nice guy, dude. So yeah, that'd be my my next one. What about you, Michael?
I'm gonna just go off the beaten path. Lucky, have you seen Hunter x Hunter?
I've seen a little bit of it. I mostly know it from what was it, Jump Stars?
And I know you have, or at least you've watched a good chunk of it. So I'm actually gonna pick a villain from that, and I'm gonna pick Crollo. Crollo is an insanely like cool looking dude. I would not say he's like on like 10 out of 10 on the hot scale, but I would say like he's got swag. Like whenever he walks around, his fashion style, even when he's like in casual clothing, he looks really cool and very attractive, like constantly. Plus his personality is definitely the type where he's just like, well, I'm not exactly trying to be the villain. You know, I'm not trying to be the pain of the series and kill the whole Leaf Village, but you know, I am trying to get what I want done. And that does happen to be against you. So, you know, we can either work together, you know, we can work apart. I don't care as long as I get what I'm trying to get done. Yeah, and he's a very good looking guy. Yeah. I'll keep it that simple. Because I also haven't watched enough to know any more about him.
He's definitely got that like aloof style. That's the boss of that gang, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That guy looks cool. He looks awesome. Johnny, you got any more?
Yeah, I got one more. It's also a bit on, you know, off the beaten path, if you will. It's Endeavor from My Hero, you know, because
I know what Johnny's type
obvious
is.
reasons, but you know, he's also a pretty ripped dude. You know, he's got family values as long as you give him the exact perfect child that he wants. You know, come on, let's weigh it. I'm just saying.
Bro, if you were a girl, we'd have to have a strong talk right now about your standards in men. Like, we'd have to be like, girl, we need to sit down. You need to value yourself more. You know, all this shit. If you're a guy, I'll let it slide. But damn, bro.
Johnny, do you like being abused? Like, let's talk about this right now on this podcast.
I kind of do.
Maybe.
Well, we know that, Lucky.
Yeah.
Maybe you should like Endeavor more.
I don't know. I just don't think he'd abuse me the right way, though.
it'd be all verbal.
I want you to abuse me, but I don't want you to disrespect me. Okay. Okay. Let's leave it at that. My next one, and since we're kind of getting to the end of this one, I guess we can kind of like shoot down the list. But my next one that I definitely wanted to put on this list is Roy Mustang. Just because it was really interesting. I didn't really think about him until, like, you know, he goes freaking crazy, because I was like, oh my god, he looks so different. And when he goes back to normal, you're like, actually, he's got a pretty good looking face. So I don't know if it's like that comparison between like Crazy Roy and not like Crazy Roy, but I mean, I guess also his integrity and everything. It's just something about him, something about like the integrity that he has, as well as the power that he has, because he, you know, he's really one of the only people that can kill a homunculus the way he does, right? And so much so that they had to get, like, you know, try and get rid of him towards the end of it. And it was like, you know, that shit, like, he's ridiculous with that. But yeah, also just the way that he's fleshed out too is you know, is really cool to see. And so when you see like that human side of him, it makes you kind of forget that he can just like blow you away with a snap of his fingers. And so, but just knowing that little bit danger around him, I think adds some points to him. And I'm starting to realize as we're talking about this, like, we're definitely, none of us are gay, because it's like, I feel like I really would like to have a gay person on here, or like a girl, to say like, who is actually the hottest people, who are the hottest people in anime, because I feel like sometimes when we're talking about this shit, I'm like, I don't I don't know if this is like what actually is the hottest
We
guy
may
in
be a
anime.
little biased.
Yeah,
I was
but-
gonna shake my
A little
head
bit.
again. Lucky picks, a person with that bland black hair, that Kirito look. But I will say you definitely got points with his personality because he
Yeah,
can blow you
personality,
away
though.
with a look.
Yeah, dude, just a snap of his finger. He gets 2 snaps up. But I guess I'll just go down the rest of my list real quick. Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Iconic look. I still think he's probably the most standout from all the JoJo's protagonists in terms of that. And also, I don't know how to say this without he treats women like shit. I mean, I don't know. They seem to just love it. I don't know. It seems like he's like babe magnet in there. I don't know. I mean, he's muscular and shit. Looks like he's like 25, even though he's 16. I don't know. He's got that older man swag and that kind of shit. Ictus Lork from Alderamin on the Sky, very smart character. I did a video about him if you guys want to check that out as well. Little wink wink. We got Char from Mobile Suit Gundam, one of the best villains, my best villain for Mobile Suit or for all of Gundam. That mask and the blonde hair, just freaking killing it. And I think that's mainly my list. What about you, Michael?
Okay, because I think Johnny's is out. I tried to make a list as long as my female list, just to not be totally skewed. But like some of them, I didn't put any thought into it. I was just like, oh yeah, you. So I'm just gonna go from bottom to top. I have Lelouch v Britannia. I mean, you can't get around the fact that royalty gives him such a powerful aesthetic to him. He's like always got the swag going. And he always knows what's going on, and then he's got the ladies going after him too. He's like plus like one of the most powerful ladies being C2. So you can't go wrong with Lelouch.
Hey, can I be honest with you? I'm surprised that none of us chose her on our last list for hottest women.
Oh, C2.
Yeah, I was trying to think about that like afterwards, and I was like, man, C2 is freaking hot. And plus, she had that weird love thing, like where she can make people love her. And I was like, bro, you don't need that shit. Just people are gonna love you anyway. Like shit, look at us.
I mean, she loves pizza so much. So I mean, like, you can't go wrong with it.
A girl looking like that eats pizza all the time. Oh, sign me the fuck up, bro. Come on.
She's like, hey, I gotta get to that festival. Why? They're making the biggest pizza.
One
with
objection.
robots.
One objection. Pizza Hut. That is a no-go for me. That is not fucking happening. Pizza Hut back then was good. Pizza Hut right now is like on the decline. Sorry, Pizza Hut. Sorry, sponsors out there.
We got Sanji, Zoro, and Mihawk from One Piece. I would put probably Mihawk on top of that because he's got the biggest swag factor of all of them. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. I'm surprised One Piece wasn't in your. Yeah, it's a stash though.
A stylish stash.
And he's always walking around slowly and just going like,
giant hat.
I got a giant sword in my back. What do you
Giant
gonna do
castle
about it?
too.
Yeah. And he's got Perona there, so you just can't go wrong.
Not Luffy because tall black hair.
My joke one was Inosuke from Demon Slayer. I mean, he's legit beautiful, and like even though the dudes around him were like, you just look so good. Like, we have now Eren Yeager, not then, now Eren Yeager. I mean, when you've got a 17 pack, I mean, you really like. I'm surprised Mikasa isn't just like, no, I don't care what you're saying, Armin. Like, I'm with him.
No, see, is like little bit of stash. It's not a full stash. It's like a weird half stash. I don't like that. It's a weird look.
Well, maybe he's just trying to look like his dad.
Makes me like hard judge him. I'm like, what do you do when no one's looking?
He tightens up his hand and he just goes.
See,
Cuts
that
off
would
some
be
stash.
awful. That would
Cuts
be
off
just
some stash. I got Hawks because I think Hawks looks pretty cool. He also has that was it red hair, right? Yeah, or maybe that's just his feathers.
No, yeah, red feathers,
orange.
yeah.
Yeah. So he looks really cool. Again, that swag factor and his personality is awesome. I like that he's always thinking about business and saving people at the same time. And then my last two are adult Edward, not younger Edward. Adult Edward, because I think that masculine vibe really comes out of him well when he's with Winry at the very last 5 minutes of the season. And he looks really good with his arms actually being there. And he's just looking He's just looking great. He looks very dad vibe like. That's what I like about him. And I think my one of my favorites has got to be Bond from Seven Deadly Sins. I mean, when you're half clothed and you're wearing red leather, I mean, you just gotta. I really like his hairstyle though. Like, I wish I had his hairstyle. I don't think I would look good with it, but I think I would like it. And the ability to live forever. I mean, that's always nice.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a lot of women, so it works out. I mean, it's just fawning over him. So
I just, I'm not, he's a little bit more open-minded to me. I'm not into his choice of women, but that's up to him.
Yeah, because he should be in frickin' jail.
She's like hundreds of years old. Yeah,
she doesn't look like it. Nah, that's not the point. That's not the point. That's not.
Go
the
take
point.
Jericho. Go get Jericho.
Yeah, dude. Especially after what she's got. You shut the fuck up, Johnny. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. I was gonna ask you if you had anything else, Johnny, but no more.
Give her the Jericho missile.
Maybe Major Armstrong, but he's like huge. So that's also like, how do you even?
What about All Might, Johnny? Not.
I think the no eyes is a little too much.
Yeah, I couldn't deal with that.
That's not a racist slur, by the way. I'm just saying he literally just doesn't have eyes; they're just shadowed out.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just like looking at him. You're like, are you looking at me? Are you looking? Where are you looking?
He's American. Oh no, wait, no, he's not American. Shit,
he's Jamaican.
Yeah, right. He was from Japan, but then he went to America. I was like, fuck. Never mind. But anyway, racist slurs aside, which did you guys get anything right for your lists? I did not get anything right for my list. I was actually surprised. But yeah, did you guys get anything right for?
I only got Gilgamesh. I knew that before you spoke.
I couldn't have made any guesses, but if anything, some of the choices you guys made, I'd actually considered earlier. So
did you think?
Not really a
did
guess.
You not take them because we were going to take them?
No.
Okay.
I just thought, I guess Hawks is an option. Like that came up in my brain, but I was like, I don't know. He's always wearing a jacket.
Yeah, well, that loose game that didn't really exist was really fun.
Oh, actually, well, you still haven't heard my guesses. I guess for you, Johnny, because I felt like you were gonna go with somebody that was good looking, but they had something to do with like the main character. So I thought you were gonna go with Minato from Naruto, like Naruto's dad. Also, since you had mentioned him before, I thought he'd be like subconsciously in your brain. I was trying to go into like the psychology of it all. I was like, I know he's mentioned him before. Maybe he'll come back to him. But like Shield from the Kame Ga Kill. I was like, I was gonna go with you, Michael Kaji, who is from Evangelion. He's the guy that like,
oh god,
dude, so close. I did think of him.
Yeah, I was like, he mentioned that chick last time. I was like, that guy's got the moves though, dude. Like, fuck, that's some crazy shit, dude. I was like,
and that's the thing is, if I look at him, I'm like, I can see how someone who's like young. Like Asuka, I think is her name.
The orange-haired girl, or the the German.
Yeah, the German lady. I can see how younger ladies would totally be into someone like that. But I'm like, that's not
idiots.
I'm like, that's like he's not somebody I would say it would be attractive. It's just like, you're a trap, my guy.
Yeah, I mean I'm not gonna spoil that part, but anyway, as always, guys, you can email us at animecasuals with an S real REAL at gmail.com if you guys have any topics that you would like us to cover, or you can go to the discussions tab on our YouTube channel. Also, you can check out our link tree in the description box down below if you guys want to check out anything and all things casual, including whatever the hell Michael and Johnny are doing right now. There is the Casual Bros podcast, Generally Casual podcast, this podcast and YouTube channel, and Mental Health Casual. So as always, guys, do not forget to keep
it casual.